Old traditions die hard. Protecting honor is important. Around the city of Skhodra, blood feuds and vendettas still exist. The authorities recorded 3 revenge killings last year. They'll admit unofficially it's a much deeper problem. I'm driving to a hideaway house to talk to a former policeman. He shot a colleague he was in dispute with over insults about relatives and the missing $700.
It's tough being deprived of freedom by the state and kept from your family. You may have made a mistake and suffered the consequences, so they lock you up. But to suffer incarceration a second time, even after being released from jail, it's tough.
Feuds served 8 years of a 12-year prison sentence for the murder of Albania, who was also a police officer. He hasn't worked since and says he had to send off his 2 teenage sons to live in Italy for their own safety. He and his wife now live in a rented house and mostly stay indoors. Because he says the family of the man he shot 5 times wants revenge. Blood feuds impacted 1,000 families in Albania last year, according to an organization specializing in reconciliation. There are still cases of killings over honor and debts. Often mediation by village elders or a local organization is used to try and stop blood feuds.
If the justice system functioned properly, Albanians would respect it because they're keen on fair play. But instead, we have dysfunctional institutions and a degenerate justice system.
In Skhodra's poorer suburbs, after the death penalty was abolished decades ago, some people say the legal system is too lenient and prison sentences became too short. The mediation committee says about 300 families involved in blood feuds are in imminent and serious danger.
In 2013, the Parliament introduced legislation for harsher penalties for blood feud murders and introduced longer sentences too for a range of criminal offences like murdering of police officers, state officials and crimes against family members.
Recently, 30-year sentences are a minimum for revenge killings, a much harder penalty than the 8 years Feuds received in 2002. But there's a scepticism because of corruption, that judges aren't impartial. Many involved in disputes seem to prefer to trust what they know, the honour of a family and the right to demand revenge. Iolo Dafydd, TRT World, Skhodra, Northern Albania.